Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Now, before we get started, I want you to drop me a dollar sign emoji in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Okay? Let me check. Yes, give me a dollar sign emoji in the chat. Thank you so much. I see them dropping in the chat. I'm glad you guys can hear me and see me. Now, let me know how you're feeling. You can drop me a question emoji if you've been meaning to get your money and estate handled. Okay? Anyone got a question mark emoji? Okay, thank you. What about a fire emoji? If you're done delaying, if you're done delaying and you're ready for structure. Anybody got a fire emoji? Oh, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Now, let's get to work because let me tell you right now that here in 2026 is your year to protect the bag, grow the bag, enjoy the bag, and then pass the bag on. So, welcome to the Legacy Lab. This is not a webinar. This is not a lecture. This is a working session. So, with these weekly Legacy Lab sessions, um, this is where we're going to take small intentional steps to manage what we already have or already own. I'm talking about your money, your property, and our responsibilities. So you don't have to catch every single one of these lessons. Each session stands on its own and it builds over time. So, again, you don't need to be caught up. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to be willing to do the work. Okay. So, if it's your first time here, you can jump in right where you are. If you've been with me before, today builds on what you already know. Again, because every legacy lab is designed to give you one win that you can actually keep. So, take a breath, get something to write with, and let's get to work. Now, let me set the tone. Let me say this up front so there is no confusion about who I am or how I operate because I want it to be really clear. I want everyone to understand that I do not do fear marketing, but I am a probate and estate planning attorney. Now, I need to set the record straight about probate. Probate court is not the enemy. Probate is a necessary legal process, believe it or not. And in many cases, it's the only lawful way to transfer property after someone dies, especially when he or she dies without a plan. Judges don't create problems, courts don't create chaos. It's the lack of structure that does. So, actually, what people hate is not the court. What they hate is confusion. They hate delays and preventable mess that happens when there's no structure. So, my work is about helping families reduce this unnecessary court involvement by planning properly on the front end, okay? And then there's a big distinction, I believe, and that really matters. Again, I believe this matters, all right? Now, something else I want to share with you my disclaimer. Just because I'm an attorney does not mean that I'm providing you legal advice. If you want that type of service, you need to contact my office or find an attorney in your local area and sign an attorney-client agreement, okay? And you're going to have to pay the necessary legal fees. So this information I'm giving you today and the weeks following is just going to provide you some educational information, okay? So it's all for educational purposes only. Now that is clear, now let's really get to work. Who this is for. Now, these little sessions are for people who earn good money, they work really hard, They take care of others and know deep down that things should be more organized than they are. So if you come here looking for some type of shortcuts, think I'm gonna give you some type of gimmicks, or just trying to find someone else to blame, this is not for you. But if you're ready for structure, direction, and you're willing to take ownership, you're in the right place. This is not about being perfect. It's not about panic. And again, I told you I'm not going to use fear marketing. It's just about organization that supports real life. So, what is the process? The process, this slide was going to show you that we have a particular process following um, my SMART plan. Okay. It's actually the SMART roadmap. And we're on the M. This is where we are in the process. So today it's all about the M, which is managed. This is where ownership turns into order. But before I get into that, let me just go ahead and introduce myself. Who am I? I am TaQuita Hogan-Claiborne. I'm also known as your Texas Law Diva. I am a probate and estate planning attorney. I'm a legal educator, and I'm also the founder of Law Office of TMAC, as well as the owner of Moolah Management. I spent over 20 years teaching law, practicing law, including as chief legal officer, advising multi-million dollar companies from California to Singapore and other countries and states in between, representing global organizations, guided families through complex legal and money decisions. But if you never met me before, that's okay, because here's what you need to know. I am a first generation net worth millionaire. Again, I'm a legal expert, I'm a wife, and I'm a mother of two wonderful children. And for the last 20 years, I've been in the trenches of both the law and life. So what I'm telling you is that I practice what I teach. But I want you to listen. It did not start that way. I'm going to be real with you. If you're okay with me being real, take a second and just type for me real in the chat. Can we do that? Type real in the chat. Let me see. I see you. Thank you. Thank you for giving the permission to allow me to be real. Okay. Now, owning assets does not mean you're able to manage the assets. Owning assets without organized information, all that does is create unnecessary problems. It's not because it's the assets themselves that are complicated. In most cases, they're not. But it's because information is scattered everywhere. And I'm going to tell you, I know this firsthand. So now, if you let me get not just real, but get a little personal, so I'm going to pause and ask you this. Do I have permission for you to make this personal? Let me see. That's fine? Okay, I see y'all nodding at me. Thank you. All right. Listen, this gentleman in my slide here, that's my husband. Now, my husband and I haven't always been high income earners. But after a few years in our professions, we eventually became multiple six-figure earners. Now, on paper, everything looked really good. I was, again, representing multi-million dollar corporations with their immigration matters across Houston and globally. That was on one side of my legal practice. On the other side, I'm handling probate and estate matters. Okay. And I also, again, teach full-time. Well, at the time I was teaching full-time, and now I teach part-time on contract basis in the legal studies program. My husband, he himself has multiple streams of income as well, from music across genres to being a certified e-discovery consultant. Okay. But I'll tell you, behind the scenes, beforehand, our money was a mess. Our stuff was in a mess. Our assets, our property, everything was a hot mess. We earned good money. We earned, the more we earn, the more stuff we decided we was going to buy. And somehow we spent more than we earned. And I'm going to tell you what that ended up with causing to happen. It led us to requesting extensions after extensions from our lenders. We started asking for deferments. We began facing repossession warnings. We even started receiving foreclosure notices. Then it got in between our relationship. We started fussing and fighting with each other about where the money's going, who's spending all the money, and just got exhausted from chasing Peter and borrowing back and forth between Peter and Paul. Why? Let me tell you why. It was because the disorganization, and it became expensive because this organization shows up as delays, as stress, and as unnecessary work, long before you even consider talking about any legal matters. Okay. Now, I want to share with you just briefly about my breaking points when I decided that it's time for a change. One of the breaking points came when a creditor that I have called multiple times literally mocked me on the phone. They was like, you asking for another extension again for the same reason? I'm talking about mocking, laughing, and just calling me out. At first, I was upset. I'm telling you, I was mad. I was angry. Then I realized, in all truthfulness, I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. And that shame started to hit me really hard, but not hard enough for me to make an immediate change. Till later on, to this second breaking point came through. This was when a client was sitting in my office, estate planning client, and started questioning me about my own estate. She was like, Attorney Claiborne, what about your estate? How you manage your estate? And I honestly froze. And I sat there, I was thinking, why is she all in my business? But I'm going to tell you the truth. I only was thinking that because I only was thinking that because, in all truthfulness, everything we had was already in a mess. But that's when I knew we had to stop winging it. We had to make some changes. There was no more winging it, no more being successful on paper and being unstructured. We realized we had to make a change. You know what I did? I got a financial education. I enrolled in trainings, I enrolled in programs. We built systems, we created structure, we paid off over 40 plus $1,000 in debt. We paid off not one car, we paid off one, two, three cars. We started cleaning up our credit. Now, I'm going to be truthful about the credit. It's not perfect, but it's better. We're still working on it. It's a work in progress. But the biggest change is the stress level. I'm being honest with you. We start feeling as if we can be more peaceful with each other. We start putting our state matters in place. And now I take the time to teach others how to do the same. So when I'm teaching all of this, it's not theory, it's real life. I'm not going to ask you to do something I haven't already done. I'm showing you what happens when income is matched with structure. Okay? All right. Now, look, let me be real clear. As a probate attorney, I rarely see families that come to court or contact me that don't have anything. People got stuff. People have assets. Most have a lot of the stuff. I'm telling you, they got the stuff. What I see instead are families with missing information. That means no one knows where the documents are. No one can tell me how to access accounts. No one knows who has authority to act on an individual's behalf. No one knows what decisions have already been made and what we still need to make. So again, the issue is not about the absence of assets or property. It's really the absence of organization. All right. So that's what we're going to address today. You with me? Now, I'm going to share some secrets today as well. My secret number one is disorganization creates problems early. These issues don't start at death, they start when information lives everywhere. It's just here and there, like I said, everywhere. The emails out of sort, documents everywhere, accounts here and there, folders here. You got paperwork just laying around everywhere. Nowhere have a central location for all your stuff. So you know what happens? No one knows where to look. And look here, the issue again is not the assets or the property or the stuff. It's the access, the location, and the authority. Let me break it down for you. When I'm talking about access, I'm saying, can someone access those accounts? How can someone get into your accounts when they need to? What about location? Does anyone know where those documents or information are even located? What about authority? Is there already established legal permission for someone to act on your behalf? Where's the proof that they actually have that authority? Now, if you answer these and you say, I don't know, I can't answer these, but a yes, then you're in a position where things are going to slow down. So let me tell you, when these three things, access, location, and authority, are missing, families stall. Even when you have the stuff, even when you have assets, even when you have property. But I'm going to give you a chance to win today. Look at here. Think about all your information that's tied to what you own, that you say that matters, that you have value to. We're talking about maybe the home, maybe the business. You have retirement accounts, maybe children. What about pets? What about your IP, your social media assets, your bank accounts, your cars, your clothes, your jewelry, your iPhone? I could keep on listing stuff, so much more. Again, think about your information that's tied to what you own, that you say that matters, that has value to you. I want you to do something. Choose one place where the information will live, in other words, to be stored. One place. I'm not asking you to fix it today. Just think about it. One place, one folder, maybe. That folder could maybe be a file on your computer, maybe a home safe, or maybe like we do for our clients, be in I think this little notebook where they can just have all their documents right there together, right? One place. Okay. Why are you thinking? I'm gonna give you another secret. You ready for secret two? If you are, I need you to get interactive with me. Somebody put ready in the chat. Type ready in the chat. I'm looking. You got ready in the chat? Mm-hmm. Anybody? Ready in the chat? I know you're ready. Look, think about this. Someone else will need your information. Thank you. I see the ready in the chat. Someone else will need this information. What am I saying? Organization is crucial. Even highly capable people aren't always available. And that includes you. Not because something tragic is going to happen or happen, but because life happens. You might be in a meeting, you might be traveling, you're handling work, family, and responsibilities. Let's look at today's situation. What if you are traveling outside the country and you realize you're not able to get on your scheduled flight because what? All the flights have been postponed. But this week, what happened for most of us that have children in school? School started. You can't get back to get your children or child registered in school. And you need somebody else maybe to step in to take on that responsibility, right? In those moments, again, you're going to need someone to help you handle those things. Again, but without organization, without the proper what? Let's go back to the slide. Go back what? You chose the place. But if they don't have access, you don't even have the location to the proper documentation, and you haven't provided them authority, what happens? It starts slowing up the process. Okay? So let's talk about this. When information is missing, what did I just say? It slows down decisions. And you know the other thing it does? It increases costs and chaos. Again, I told you at the beginning, I'm not a fear monger. I'm just going to be real with you. Not because anyone is doing anything wrong. It's because when information isn't available in most situations, it makes stuff stop. You can't get calls done. You can't figure out what's going on in the emails because you got to wait for somebody to answer the emails. People have to sit around and wait for documents. Professionals like us, we can't move forward. I have cases that are pending right now, been pending for a year or more because we still waiting on documents from clients. And you know what happens? Waiting costs time and it costs money, which then can lead to chaos. I know you're wondering. I told you at the beginning, I'm a probate estate attorney, and how is all this connected? I'm explaining it to you. What probate actually does and why it matters. Here's where, again, probate comes in. When a person dies without a plan, the law still has to step in and answer these questions. What? Who has authority? Who gets what? Who can sign? Who can sell? Who can transfer? Who have access to accounts? Now, listen, probate court is how the state grants these lawful authorities. You need that judge in most cases to give you the written document, that's our judgment, so you can have the power to request items to be removed from the decedent. Now I'm talking about a person who has died. We got to remove their name off the documents so someone else name can be placed there. The problem again is not probate. That's not the problem. The problem is leaving your family with no instructions, no organization, and no documentations. Or you may have some instructions, but they may not be proper. So again, it could be improper instructions, disorganization, and again, lack of proper documentations. So that's when the process gets heavier and then things slow up. Okay, I got a task for you. I got to make sure you're still with me. You ready? Every time you hear me say ready, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. Type ready in the chat. If you're ready, type ready in the chat. I'm looking. Do I see ready in the chat? Ready in the chat? Oh, I see it. So let's see. I got a win for you. Here's another win for you. Whether this is your first session with me or not, I want you to think about something. Think about your own things that matters to you. Again, this is about you and your things. What's the one thing out of those things you're thinking about? The things that you own that matters to you. One thing you will know where to find quickly if someone asks you for it right now. Not later. We ain't talking about eventually. I'm talking about right now. One thing, if somebody asks you how to access, how to do X, Y, and Z, one thing you wouldn't even know where or how to find how to get it to that person. What about like your deed? Where's the deed to your house? Where's the contact number to your life insurance agent? What if you had to access your W-2 online right now? What's the login, the information, and share it with your brother, your sister, your someone that need it right now? One thing, okay? Just think about it. Now, you see, what I'm trying to show you is that people don't fail because they don't care. They fail because their information lives in too many places. And no one ever decided to pull it all together. Care without organization still create problems. It still create additional challenges. And there's going to be confusion and chaos. So that brings me to secret number 3. You ready for secret number 3? Here's about what's going on with secret number 3. Secret number 3 says its organization is stewardship. What I'm trying to get you to see is this is not about control. It's really about responsibility. Responsibility for what you built. Responsibility for the people who may need to step in, right? So this is a different mindset. So I'm going to go ahead and give you another win, okay? Who will step in? If you were unavailable for a short period of time, who would need access to your information? Again, let's say again, you're still out of the country. You can't make it back to the United States and things need to move forward. Who would you call on? Not to make decisions per se, just to keep things moving for you. Okay? I'm not asking you to share it. I didn't tell you to put it in the chat. This is just moments of awareness. Who would step in? Who would need access to your information? Now, I told you at the beginning, these are some weekly series. So the order matters. We started last week with what do you own? We did that for a reason. You can't manage, protect, or pass on what you haven't even identified. So ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. It just leaves it unorganized. So that's the reason why we're focusing on the management part this week. So let me take you to my framework. You ready? Oh, I said it again. I said I'm going to talk about the framework. I asked you if you're ready. At this point, you should know by now, every time I say the word ready, I expect you to do what in the chat? Put ready in the chat. Ready in the chat. You ready? Oh, I see it. I see it. Thank you. I got ready in the chat. Okay, now let me tell you. Here's the framework. Protect the bag. What I'm telling you, stop letting it leak. So it doesn't leak. The money, the assets. Let's stop letting them leak. Grow the bag so your work actually multiplies. Your work, your money, your assets multiply. But look at this one. Enjoy the bag. I don't play with that one. Please enjoy the bag because we're not building all of this, whatever you're building and whatever we're building, just to suffer. Because then eventually, I'll say you can pass the bag on, but it's going to be with intention. We're here to be proactive, not reactive. Why? Because that's legacy. It's not just any type of legacy. I am pushing legacy without torture, agony. I think that's more like agony. Let's say it like that. Torture, agony, or self-destruction. You got me? It's all about living well and not rushing to transfer, working hard to building up. And instead, I got this all build up to transfer it to someone else. No, we're going to pause and enjoy it and come up with a plan that we plan for ourselves so we can enjoy these things. All right, now I said a lot. It's time to reflect. I want you to take a minute and just pause and reflect on the things we've already covered in these few little minutes. Notice how small today's steps were. Notice how much they already revealed. That is how this work actually happens. Now, what we're not going to do is try to fix everything. We're not fixing everything today. That's intentional. Today, we're just decided to do just one thing, one simple thing. But it was important, I believe. That one thing in my belief was important. Why? We started by managing what you already own. I'm telling you, you got to get organized. You got to manage it. Have to have a little bit more structure. Not everything. Don't try to do it perfectly. Just do enough to get you moving in the right direction. Why? Because every week in these sessions, you'll walk away having taken real small steps. And at the end, I'm going to share with you how you can join my security bag challenge. It's going to be more hands-on. The challenge, I'm going to help you build on those steps and prepare you for my cohort I'm going to launch sometime in the future. Now, that cohort will not be for those that are not ready. It's only going to be for the ones that are ready for deeper work. And again, that's going to happen later because, again, like I said, today was just about starting correctly with just one simple step. So it's one simple step at a time. So the only step after today I'm asking you to do, if you want support this consistently, is to, let me show you, join my security bag challenge. That's where the structure gets built with guidance. All right. So if you want structure around your money, as it states right here in my slide, and your assets, the challenge is where you prove that you're serious. Okay. Now, before we get into that, let me introduce to you again my whole blueprint, my framework. Here's the framework that I use. It's called Legacy Smart Plan. Okay. This is the exact system I built to help you win in 2026. All right, we're gonna put that in the chat. Put win. We're here to win. Put win in my chat. Win, we're gonna win in 2026. We got win. I see win. I see WIN. We win. So S, what is the S for? We're gonna seize it. Seize what you already own. Get the full picture of your property, your assets. That's your estate. Then M, manage it. You're going to turn that chaos into what? Clarity. A, accelerate it. Grow it. Grow your money intentionally. We're not going to do it accidentally. We're going to intentionally do it. R, retain it. Protect what you built. But how are you going to protect it? We're going to do it legally. Then eventually, we're going to transfer, going to pass the bag on with confidence when we're ready, when the time is ready and right. But until then, what I tell you, you're going to do, you're going to enjoy it. All right. So I got a quiz for you. Just it's a little, don't fret. It's a little simple quiz. All right. Just a little something for you. Now listen, I already know with this little quiz, this is where people get kind of separated. Some people are ready to move fast. There are others that are like, I need a little starting point. And then there's a few that realize I got so much stuff going on. My systems are all over the place. I can't handle anything. But with this little quiz, an assessment, in a minute, I'm going to drop the link for you. It takes just a few minutes. It will kind of guide you and let you know what's already been exposed, what needs to be organized, and what may be your next best step. Okay. Now, it's not for, again, for entertainment. It's just a little something to just kind of give you direction. So I'm going to go over here to my document here. And let me get this link. Give me a link. And I'm going to drop the link to the quiz in the chat for you. Okay. You should see the link to the quiz in the chat. So if you click that link, it should take you directly to the quiz. And again, this quiz also is going to provide you the scoreboard. So once you take the quiz, it takes about a minute or so, no more than 2 minutes. Answer a few little questions, and then it gets there to guide you. And it's going to give you a basic scorecard based on your answers. Okay. All right. And let me tell you this. Did you click it? Did you click the button for the quiz? I'm going to tell you, I've been working with people for 20 some years. If you won't even take a 2-minute assessment, you're probably not ready for the next step yet. But that's okay because we're building generational wealth builders. And we're getting them to where they're ready to become legacy architects. But so again, that's okay if you're not ready. It may take a little bit more time. But while you're waiting, I got another secret for you. Here's secret number 4. Planning doesn't invite death. It protects life. This myth is so real in all communities. For some reason, when people start trying to talk to me, they actually avoid talking to me, especially when I start talking about probate and estate planning. They're like, oh my gosh, here she go. It just makes me think about what? Death. But again, planning doesn't invite death. It really just invite peace. So legacy is not about dying. It's about how you organize, protect, and enjoy what you've built while you're alive. That's the value. It's value that you worked for. We work too hard, just let everything just go to shambles. And in 2026, we're not going to leave value unmanaged. All right. So here's the path. Today, you should recognize that your estate, at least that you have an estate, we talk about that in details in the last course, but that's okay. You're not behind. But today, I'm sure you was exposed to a few of the gaps, right? You realize there are some gaps here I need to work on. Am I right? Now, if today helped you see what needs attention, the next step is the Secure the Bag Challenge. That's where we take what you started here and actually build structure around it. Again, but let me tell you this. Enrollment is not open yet. Right now, I'm just inviting people to join the challenge priority list. And with this priority list, this is where we're going to notify you first when you register and when that registration is open to let you know that it's available. This is only if you're serious about implementing and not just listening in the free courses. Now, if that sounds like you and you want to add your list or add your name to the priority list, I'm going to drop the link in a minute. Okay? Drop that. Let me see. Look at this document over here. I think I already have it here. So hold on. Let me drop the link for you in the chat. This is the link to the challenge priority list. Again, because the challenge is not open yet. Registration is not open yet, but we're going to go ahead and allow individuals to get registered on the priority list. Okay, we got that? Again, let me give you a little bit more details about it. The Secure the Bag Challenge is the only next step for today. Again, this is where I'm going to take what we learned, what you saw, and actually build your structure. Okay. Now, I know some people are like, well, that's it. You're just going to have the free classes and the challenge. And there's some more things coming thereafter. Yes, there's another thing that's going to give individuals deeper support because I'm going to have a 90-day legacy Luxe cohort. But that's begin after the challenge. We got to get through the challenge first. And to get access to the cohort, you got to go through the challenge. So today is not about skipping steps. It was only about taking the first right simple steps. Okay, let me end like this. Thank you. Thank you for doing the work today. Before we close, I want to notice something. Nothing we did today was complicated. That was intentional. This is how real progress is made. It's not about rush. It's not about skipping steps. But it's about just staying in order. So if today helped you see what needs attention, I'm telling you, that's the whole point. If you want support implementing this consistency again, the next step is the Secure the Bag Challenge. That's where we take what you started, and I'm actually going to help you build structure around it. You don't have to decide that today. You just have to stay intentional. Now, let me say this once again. Thank you for showing up and doing the work and taking action and pausing in your day today. You serious? I put the link for the quiz. Take the quiz. If you're ready, sign up for the challenge. Get on the priority list. Everything else is going to come later in the right order. I'm going to continue to have the free Legacy Lab lessons here until we begin the challenge. And then after the challenge, we begin the cohort. So let's leave with this one thought. Protect the bag. Grow the bag. And enjoy your bag. And then get the instructions in place on how to pass the bag on. Because we done with playing with your legacy. I believe that's it. But if you've got any questions or comments, please be sure to drop your questions and comments in our Secure the Bag Society. I have the link for that just in case. Hold on. You can drop your questions and comments. We have a comment section there. Let me drop that in the chat. Okay, let's see. You should see the link to our chat section in our Secure the Bag Society. This is in school. This is a school community. So you have to more than likely it's a free community. Join the free section. And if you've got comments and questions, I would, again, of course, I ask you to post those questions and comments there, and I'll be sure to answer them directly myself. Okay. But you have to do that in that community, the school community. Is called Secure the Bag. All right. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you for your attention. Until next time, I'll see you here. Where? Via Zoom. So I'm going to say good day and bye-bye.